You know, we're living in a time unlike any other. The novel coronavirus has halted life as we knew it. Many of us are unable to go to work. Our children cannot go to school or daycare. Our social gatherings have been canceled. And all of this is made more difficult by our inability to gather in person with our loved ones for comfort. So I'm speaking very frankly to you about this situation this afternoon. All of us need to take this situation seriously. Most of us have not experienced a disruption in daily life of this type ever before. Our Commonwealth has not experienced a disruption of this magnitude in its supply chain since at least the Civil War, and will not come out of this unscathed. But if we work together, we can prevent more damage to our economy, more damage to our people and to our way of life. We must act as soon as possible, and we must act decisively. The City of Philadelphia has already issued a stay-in-place order, and I am issuing a stay-at-home order for 6 more counties right now. Beginning at 8 p.m. tonight, if you live in Allegheny, Bucks, Chester, Delaware, Monroe, or Montgomery counties, you must stay in your homes unless not leaving your home endangers a life. My office will be issuing guidance on allowable activities, as well as information for people who have no permanent home. This stay-at-home order will continue for 2 weeks. Our school closures and other mitigation efforts will be extended for another 2 weeks. And I'm asking everyone to participate to their fullest extent. I know this is going to be difficult, even more than it is already. These restrictions are unlike anything we've experienced before. We've become accustomed to being able to go to any store and purchase anything we want, whenever we want, to taking our children to an endless series of activities with their friends, to visiting our loved ones anytime we want. But if we want to save lives, we must distance ourselves socially. This is going to be difficult. I too have loved ones I want to be with. A few weeks ago, Francis and I had our 2nd grandchild, and we both desperately want to hold him. But for his safety and the safety of the rest of our family, we are distancing ourselves. And I'm asking all of us to do the same thing. This is not a request I make lightly. Pennsylvania is the birthplace of American freedom. Our economy and our way of life were built on this freedom, and it is this freedom I seek to preserve in our fight against COVID-19. The government will assist businesses with preserving our supply chain to ensure that every Pennsylvanian can get food and necessary supplies. Our roads will stay open, as will our pharmacies, grocery stores, and other life-sustaining services. We will protect everyday order and provide public safety. And our National Guard will be used to support health initiatives, not stay-at-home enforcement. The closure of businesses will bring economic difficulties to every single Pennsylvanian. And already life has been made more difficult to hourly workers, to wait staff, freelancers, restaurant owners, and shopkeepers. And I won't pretend that things will not get worse before they get better. But what I will promise, is that the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania will do everything in its power to help businesses and workers during this catastrophe. The point is, before we can recover, we must survive. And to do that, every one of us must do our part. Just as any one of us can get COVID-19, any one of us can spread it. And that means we have to act as if we have it. We're fortunate to live in a time when we have the knowledge of how this virus spreads, and we must use that knowledge. We must stay 6 feet away from each other. We must avoid having other people in our homes. We must avoid touching surfaces that others have touched. We must avoid sneezing or coughing uncovered. We must avoid having unwashed hands, and we must avoid leaving our homes. So please, if you are in a county under a stay-at-home order, stay at home. Don't leave your home unless someone's life depends on your leaving, because ultimately someone's life does depend on you staying. This virus, is sneaky. You get it before you know you have it. Now, 80% who get it, they're going to be okay. And if you're part of that 80%, you could be forgiven for saying, so what's the big deal? The big deal is that 20% are in danger. And that 20% includes our loved ones and our neighbors. And the problem right now is that we can't treat the 20% if the virus takes off as it did in Italy. We don't have the capacity in our healthcare system. And so we need to buy time. Clearly, this is not a great answer, but it's all we have until our health system gets the stock of protective equipment like beds, ventilators, and other things our system needs to treat people with this disease. And the only way we can buy time is to distance ourselves from others. So please, let's work together to buy this time.